Hello, 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 Sucrose here. Back to play some Oxygen Not Included. Where we left off is we just got to 48 dupes. And we solved our our oxygen crisis. And at least for the time being, we are running sustainably. Only time will tell if we will keep that up. I guess that's what sustainable means. So we'll find out if we're sustainable. It looks like the limiting factor is going to be water for electrolysis to turn into air. And if we can't get more water, I'm not sure how we're going to scale up any further. I was kind of thinking the limiting factor was going to be heat, and how to get rid of heat, but we've run out of water before we got to that point. So now what we're doing is we have this water geyser. We're using its water for oxygen and also for the plants, and we're also using this geyser for oxygen. Now that's pretty much it when it comes to sustainable water. I was thinking about it, and there are other ways, but they're few and far between. So we're trying to make more plastic, and we could theoretically make even more than this, which makes a tiny amount of water, but it's pretty tiny. I'm not sure if I can... Oh, there it is. Let's see what it says. Steam, 5 grams of steam. Now, I would guess that a gram of steam is the same as a gram of water, but I'm not actually sure about that. But that's kind of tiny. You need 1,000. So you need 1 kilogram of water per second to make to power one of these electrolyzers. Maybe that's not true. Did they change it? So the wiki said 1 kilogram, but it looks like this is 666 grams, so 2/3 of a kilogram. And it gives enough oxygen for something like 8 dupes, a little over 8, almost 9. That makes the math harder when it's not 1 kilogram, but at any rate, you see it's about 1-to-1. So 100. I mean, about 100 grams of water per second per dupe. Just about. I mean, it's technically less. But these are basically trivial in comparison to the amount of water that you need. So that's kind of a dead end. The other thing I was thinking is when the dupes use the restroom, they take in clean water, and they actually output more polluted water than they took in. And that makes sense, because they're expelling waste. So I don't know how much more that is. It could be that if we get like a bunch of dupes and we just make them use the restroom a lot, we can get a lot of water. But that's pretty crazy, and I don't think that's going to scale well. So that's probably unlikely. So we don't really have... I can't think of any other options. We just have to stretch the water that we have. Now, there's plenty of non-renewable water on the map. You know, in these pockets, all this ice can be turned into water. We've got all this polluted water here. All this stuff can be used. But it's non-renewable, so, you know, sure, we could have 100 dupes for a couple of cycles, or maybe even 100 cycles, I don't know. But it wouldn't last. So that's kind of where I'm at. We can probably add another 10, maybe 20 dupes. But I don't think we'd have enough water for food, so we'd have to maybe try to find something they can eat. Hi, Delvina. Your message has been received. Yeah, so we have to see. Let's go ahead and uproot one of these little bad boys, and see if. Just want to be part of the test. Well, you've been included. You are officially part of the test. All right, so let's take a look at this. So we've got. Let's start at the beginning. So mealwood takes dirt. Now we can't make dirt, as far as I know, renewably. I believe that you can make dirt by pouring polluted water on magma or something like that, but it's not sustainable. This is what we're growing: blossom seeds, blossom plants. This takes a butt ton of water, 20 kilograms per day. But that's actually a lot of water. That's a lot of water, right? Because it takes, oh, per day. Because this is 2/3 kilogram per second. I don't know how many seconds are in a day. How pale? How's it going? Welcome back. I haven't seen you in the last couple streams. I guess you had something fun going on over the weekend, or not fun. We're just trying to figure out where to get some more water. All right. At any rate, that seems like a lot of water to me. Now, fungal spores take slime, which is just as hard. Slime comes from the marsh biome, but it also comes from puffed animals that they have to eat polluted oxygen to make it. So I don't know how the math works out, but well, I think 2 geysers is enough for what we have, but I'm not sure how much further we can go. I'll show you in a minute what we've done. I'm just looking at our food options to see if there's something that we can do sustainably with less water. The slime thing, this is a possibility, depending on how the math works out. It might be more sustainable to use air to polluted oxygen to slime to fungal spores, but that seems roundabout. Yeah, 48 dupes. We hit it last episode. This is by far the biggest colony I've ever had, and I believe that it's sustainable right now. Everything's fine. Nobody's going to die. Famous last words. Now, sleet wheat takes just as much water as bristle blossoms. Boy, they made these all tongue twisters, sleet wheat and bristle blossom. But it also takes fertilizer, which is just another pain. I mean, we have plenty of fertilizer, but it's just yet another pain in the ass thing to do, and we wouldn't save water. You can't eat balm lily. This takes even more water, 35 kilograms per second of polluted water, and phosphorite, which I don't think is renewable. You can't eat that. So we're doing the best we can with bristle blossom, I think. It's possible that fungal spore works, but I don't know. So, yeah. So, yeah, so we tapped this geyser completely out. It had run out of water because we're using it for oxygen, and it ran out. We had too much oxygen required. But we have 2 geysers. This other geyser I had been using for watering the plants. And if you remember, I'm cooling it down, and then when it gets to a nice temperature, we pipe it out at a moderately warm 80 degrees. So I split it into 2 levels, and right now I just have all of it going into the second level, and this is the hot water, and it's being used to make oxygen. So it's getting pumped separately to the oxygen stuff. And hopefully this will fill up and start to fill this back up. Until then, we don't technically know whether we're sustainable, but I'm hoping. It seems to be that it's filling up, but I'm not sure. It might be that the difference between filling up and spilling over is not enough to fill this up. I'm not sure. Still working on the water generation? Hey, Joey. Yes. Your dupe is alive and well, and is, as always, the biggest liability we have. So I may have to kill him, but I'll do it. I'll do it humanely, so don't worry. All right. I probably won't kill Joey, but I'm thinking about it. For now, we're good. So even if this doesn't work out, we have a lot of what do you want to call it? We have a lot of room to fix things temporarily, because we've got all this polluted water we can convert to water. We're pumping more as we speak. So the kind of my strategy right now while we wait is to prepare for the worst and get a nice supply of stuff so that we can weather a storm. But yeah, otherwise, you know, I have to say we're doing pretty well. Our temperature is pretty much the same as it's been. It's a little warm here, but no big deal. We've got hydrogen cooling everything down, so I don't think it's going to get any hotter. We can make pretty much all the food we need. We've got all the power we'll ever hope to use. What is this, 16 of these things? 16 natural gas generators. It's kind of gotten out of hand. Anyone want to give me the over/under on the chance of this thing breaking? It's getting really full. It's only too thick. Oh dear. Well, this is convenient. He pissed himself, but he did it over the polluted water. So that's really thoughtful of him. All right, now that you think it'll break, that's good. Ari. Like, he's okay in here, right? Probably. As long as he can breathe, I think he's alright. Looks like he's sucked in quite a lot of germs, though. What's the little dance he's doing? I like that. He mines a thing and then does a little dance. That's not really what I meant to do there. Yeah, I was just kidding. Uh-oh, he's about to. Oh. Rellington. Oh gosh. All right, good. They can use the land bridge. I wonder if we're gonna run out of room in here. Let's see. Maybe we should start pumping this again, just to make sure it doesn't run out of room. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really paying attention to germs in the water, but you're right. You're right. I don't think I'm gonna care. I haven't worried about germs this whole game. I'm not gonna start now. Ari, who had to spend the night out there, he sucked in some germs, but everybody else is fine for now. Alright, so we're going back out of here, trying to empty some of this out. And right now I have it coming up here to this water sieve. Just fine place to put it. I don't want to throw it away, so that's where we're going to do. It might... So, I think we want to turn these off for now. And now that I think about it, I think this might be a good place to use a switch, because we've been switching these on and off a couple times. Actually, switches aren't even great, because what we can do is just put like an Atmos sensor or a thermo sensor, and then just switch it without them having to do anything. Deconstructed, not disabled. Good call. Thank you. I would have been mad at them. Like, why did you deconstruct this? All right, good call. Thanks. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, I'm gonna distill it, but the problem is it's not sustainable to just distill it, because eventually we'll run out. So it's only going to be used to weather a storm. So anyway, we'll put a thermosensor in here, and this is just to turn these off easily. Right, and then like that, like that. And then I can come and I can switch them manually. They don't have to mess with it. I don't think we want to turn off the ones in the middle. I think maybe we actually do want to turn one of them off. It's not like this takes power, so I'm just going to do it like this. So this way I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 of them on, which is pretty nice. So I'm going to let them come in here for the time being to get that built. And always make it iron. Ooh, so cycle 835. Coming up on 1,000 pretty quick. I feel like we need to have some kind of a party when we get to 1,000. Yeah, all I can think of is we could make some kind of pictures out of blocks. I don't know. I'm not very good at parties. How do people party? There's no music players in here, is there? Oh, you know, we never built a rec room. Isn't that still? Yeah, here we go. We could build a rec room. Otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, I don't know. Full day alert day. I could do an extra long stream or something. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me how you want to celebrate 1,000 days. 1,000 days of Brooklyn. Yeah, I agree. Like some kind of minstrel, like a bard. Why aren't they? Oh, I see. Sleeps for the week party, like a big one. Yeah, we can have a. What kind of music do you think dupes listen to? All kinds, I guess. It's got to be a joke there somewhere. What kinds of music do dupes listen to? I can't. Punched an area with noxious gas on the 1,000th day. Yeah, so that's the other way to go about this is instead of celebrating, we destroy it all at 1,000 days. I could turn off the power and see what happens. So, all right, so let's turn on one dude. So if it's below 1 billion, turn on. Otherwise, I'm going to turn all these off. Okay. And then we're going to... I guess I should just do that, just to... Alright, beautiful. So now this way we're not going to be wasting polluted water, because we know how precious it is now. And we do need a little fertilizer to grow the plants. So that's seems fine to me to have one of them going. Otherwise, all the polluted water is going to be going to make water. Now, just based on this, it looks like we can afford two of them to make twice as much at the, you know, at once. It's not like it's going to be more efficient, just faster. Put all of your dupes in a death room except for Joey, and maybe other people who have their name after, and then have this big base of like 5, 10 dupes. So yeah, we could have like a satellite base, like put it at the top of the map, and then all of the unnamed dupes make food and oxygen for the select dupes. Put on red alert. Everybody's so stressed out and asleep. Watch the whole base get covered in piss and vomit. Some dupes are crying. Some dupes eating like there's no tomorrow. These are all fine ideas, I think. Not for the dupes, but for us at least. Oh, our little Puffed. Has he been in here the whole time? Oh, he was the one in this chamber originally. I'm glad we didn't kill him. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and dig this out too. Because part of my idea is, now that we've kind of gotten to this state, there's not a whole lot to do. So I'm going to be closing up areas that we don't need and digging out stuff that we do. To sort of extract all the resources out. I was thinking we also need a way of preserving some sleet wheat in case we change our mind. Because this sleet wheat that's in here, I think is going to die and rot. But maybe it's just going to stay there. But eventually this is going to melt, so unless it's on something like granite. So none of these are on granite. Okay, here's one that's on abyssalite. So I think that's just going to stay there, and if we cool it down again, it'll start growing, and then we can get seeds from it. So as far as I'm concerned, this is just an area we don't have to worry about. And I kind of want to do that for everything, so... So like we can put an airlock here and not worry about that, etc. There's a whole bunch of iron over there. It's actually, I'm craning my head, and which is kind of silly, but it's for some reason it's hard for me to see. Alright. I'm kind of surprised there aren't disasters in this game. Like, your asteroid should be able to be hit by a rogue asteroid or something like that. Alright, how are we going to do this? So, I found out something kind of terrible last time. Transport tubes? Because, I mean, I guess we can set one up, like an amusement ride, but we just don't need one. I'd rather just replace all the ladders with plastic ladders. So here's the problem. Even if a plant isn't growing, it still absorbs water every day, which is really silly. And it means that we had all this stuff. We had water going into all these plants, and they were all draining water, even though they weren't growing. So it'd be nice if we could fit a valve in here, but we can't do that. Because I only want to turn on some of these plants, like maybe the first light. So I could just deconstruct the pipe. I guess that's what I'll do. So let's deconstruct it past the 4 after the first lamp. And we'll just do this manually. We're not above a little manual work. So I'll turn this valve on. I added these to do exactly this, to control to the row. And then we'll turn this lamp on. Okay. What should we do with all the CO2? Excuse me. So this hydrogen is not really being sucked out. We have this pump up here, and I was hoping that between the pump providing a negative force and this electrolyzer providing a push would start compressing some of this hydrogen, but it doesn't really seem to be working very well. I guess I could just put, like, more pumps. Just get rid of the hydrogen. Guess we could start with one here. How are we doing on bathrooms? I haven't really been paying attention, but I've noticed that no one's made a mess. I mean, unless they're stuck on a ladder. Alright, how do plastic transport tubes work, and what would we do with them? So you make tubes. They don't pass through walls? going to take forever to build since they can't breathe. This little tooting is kind of getting on my nerves, and that's what I want to get rid of by clearing up all these gases that we've let build up. Alright, so now they'll have like a little bit of air to go to here. Jesus Christ. Oh shit, they're going back and forth. It's a death march. Man, if they ever fix the bugs in this game, I'll be really happy. Like, it's one thing for them to die due to my incompetence, but when they just march around like that, that's ridiculous. Like, why? Why are they doing that? Oh my god. So there's something about the fact that they can go left and get back to the base and go right and get back to the base that confuses their pathfinding. And then they just march back and forth. Probably what's going on is that they go to the right and it recalculates the path and it says, oh, the left path is actually more... I mean, I'm going to be mad too. The left path is more optimal, and so then they go back left and then it says, oh, the right path is more optimal. Something in their algorithm's messed up. Alright. So, let's see how we're doing on tombstones. That's a macabre statement. But, we have 2 left. We have 2 people suffocating. Camille and Miss Mittens, who is... How did Nails die? He was right there. Oh, he fell down the ladder, so he was probably up here. Miss Mittens died. I really like Miss Mittens. Wait. No, she didn't die. Who died? Bonnie? Bonnie died. Well, we clearly need to fix this situation. Come on, Miss Mittens, you can do it. Look at that. Look at that. They're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I don't know what to do other than to send all of them back to the base. That's so absurd. Now they're going back left. Well, this is this is outside of the base, so we haven't really been putting oxygen here. In fact, exactly what they're going to do is try to fix that. But their pathfinding is making them walk in circles, which means they don't have enough time to get back to the base. So I'm going to have to manually direct them. Yeah, it's like banished, exactly. See, watch what happens. They come over here. Like, Stinky's walking over here. And he's going to turn back left and walk again. I'm not sure what to do. I'm going to open this up to give a little bit of oxygen in there, polluted oxygen, but Stinky, you've got to stay over here. Maybe so, Pale. So in terms of locking everybody in the base, it'd be nice if I had a door, like, right here. But I don't. But I do have, there's not a whole lot of doors. So we can say, by default, nobody. But Gene and Bert, I mean, I don't know, I'm just going to pick some people who aren't human. Can go out. But see, now I have to do it for these. I'm just going to do Gene. Gene is going to be... Oh, it's not the same order? Bollocks! Bollocks, I say. How is it not the same order? Sort by... Okay, did I say Gene? I meant Stinky. Stinky's going to be the one who can go out. It's not Stinky. Okay. Stinky. Okay, Stinky can go out. Stinky's the only one out. Everyone else go in. Right? And then in on this door is that way? Because green's at the top? Yeah. Okay, now in on this door is that way. Only person who can go out is Stinky. Okay, everybody can go right. The only person who can go out is Stinky. Stinky, you alone can brave the dangers. Looks like I have to close this door off too. So only people can go left on this door, right? Stinky's the only one brave enough to go out. All right, what are the chances that I killed everybody doing that? That they're going to be like locked out or something? Probably pretty high. So let's take a look. Oh God. Let me watch these two. So it's Ruby, Rowan, and Ashka. So they're right there. Rowan, breathe. All right, so Stinky actually is out. All right, so now I'm gonna send Nicola just back in the base, right? Because in fact, everyone should be in the base. Oh, he can't get in the base. What the hell? What the hell? Miss Mittens. Miss Mittens. Go in the base. Ashka, go in the base. This is ridiculous. Once they're in the base, I think this is going to be more manageable. Unless I've missed a door, in which case they're just going to run back out again. Lucy, I like your determination, but get in the base. My goodness, never expected such ridiculousness. Alright, they better go to bed. And this way, once they go to bed, we have to watch them tomorrow to make sure they don't come out. Goodness gracious. Alright. I'm going to set it to slow for a second. So I can't zoom out any further than this. Oh, Delvina, how embarrassing. Why can't they get out? Grimy. It's a lot of problems. Delvina's got a lot of problems. So for some reason they don't think they can get out, even though they can. Boy, everything just went to shit, all like in the matter of 3 seconds. Oh, Delvina. Okay. Alright, they're in the base. I mean, well, Lucy, how did you get out? Seriously. No, they're coming. Those little buggers. I missed a door. This door. I missed this door. Jesus Christ. Alright. So, they can go left, but they can't go right. And Stinky can go both ways. My God. Is there an easy way for me to do move to, or do I have to click them and click the button? Is there like a key press? You have to admire their persistence. They really want to go help. I'm not sure what you're asking about, Delvina. Your dupe was stuck, but she shouldn't have been stuck. And I don't know why she thought she was stuck. All of a sudden their pathfinding has just died. Not yet. It's not the problem isn't with you, it's with the dupe you. Are they still coming out? Yeah. Sorry. I was talking to the lesser you. Alright, they seem to be behaving themselves now. So, the question is, what's Stinky doing? Hopefully he's going to build this. Alright, I think the situation has... calm down. I'm going to turn it back to full speed. It doesn't look like they're running away, so... Whoops. Alright, so now we have this thing, so let's bump that to 6. Or maybe 7 for now. Well, 2 more bite the dust. But nobody we care about. And honestly, one of them was a duplicate. We had 2 Bonnies. So we shouldn't even feel bad, right? It keeps giving me Liam. So I really like Diver's Lungs, but he has bottomless stomach, and I don't know if that really cancels. It basically cancels itself out. Okay, good point. It's definitely going down. So he eats 50% more food, but he takes in 25% less oxygen. I don't know if that. I don't know how that works out. Seems like a lot of water to make food. I don't know whether it works out or not, but I'm taking Ren. Alright. So good. So now we have little bits of oxygen up here. Trying to get rid of this hydrogen and let the oxygen be flow up. Okay. So let's look at the food. So I added 1 more notch here. 1 more light. Should we add another? I think it will. Okay, so... Wait, what? Okay. So now, oh, I think I cut it in the wrong place. All right. So now that we have all the rest of the doors shut, I can actually allow multiple ones through this door. So let's just add Bonnie and Ruby and Ren. And Hassan. Let's see what they do. I just about got it. We should always be making more iron. I wish these buildings that had these recipes allowed you to do what you could do in RimWorld, which is keep making until I have X iron, and then when it drops below that, make some more. Because I don't want it to just run forever. I don't want to use all of my iron making refined iron. Okay. So Ari's healing back up. Stress is low. Temperatures look good. Oxygen looks good. And we need to build more graves. I love that Tasteful Memorial is under the Medicine tab. That really tickles me. Ah, well. All right, good. So we've started pumping. I'm gonna add a sensor so I can turn it on and off. But we're getting rid of some of that hydrogen now. So I think what I want to do is I want to make all of this, I want to just block all this in. I think I'm even gonna... Well, I'm gonna block this in for now. Might as well go straight up. Ooh, getting kind of full up there. Alright. We're at 172 now in terms of food, so probably that was enough, if not too much. Speaking of which, another wren, another Nails. Oh, but Nails died. She's got diver's lungs. Let's get another Nails. So if we had only gotten dupes with diver's lungs, we'd be able to have like 25% more dupes. That's a long-term strategy we could have employed if we had known that oxygen would be our limiting factor. Another good one would be the one that makes them pee more, because you'd get more water from it. Alright, so we want to turn that off. I always thought that these vents shouldn't work once they're covered in water. They should be, you know, overpressured. But sadly they do. Activate if above 100. Maybe even lower, like 80. Okay. Nice. Jeez. Um, I think I'll leave it like this for now, but what I want to do is open that up eventually. Once we finish cleaning this mess up. Ecological disaster. Alright. I think we can let some more people through now. Well, we're back up to 48 dupes. Hopefully a little bit safer. So Pale, did you ever find out anything about your Magic the Gathering cards? They'll probably decay in some forest or lake, but that's a sad thought. Maybe maybe they'll go on to win a tournament somewhere. Don't think so. Well, never know. Building some new decks. Never time forget this ever happened. Case closed. Okay. Well, that's fair. Why bother something you can't change? Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing you can do at this point. That's for sure. Unless you have some leads to follow, you know? Go do your own private investigating. But yeah, it's almost I think there's almost something that you can be peaceful about. That there's a peacefulness to it when there really is nothing you can do, because there's no reason to think about the what if. At least I take some peace in that. Alright, so it looks like 2 of them provide a full pipe, which is kind of nice. So we can actually burn through quite a bit more polluted water than before. And it really is a full pipe. It's a full 10 kilograms. Okay, so how are we doing with all this? Looking pretty good. Just about got it built. This air is starting to reach up here. So we're going to finish capping all this off to make sure that we don't get any more water and rot and all the stuff that's happening. I think I'll cap off the right side as well. Maybe I'll set it back one. Maybe not. See how much of that they can reach. So while we're using the water that's coming out of the sieve, we're giving these geysers a chance to regenerate. Again, that's not really affecting our sustainability. It's just giving us a little bit more time. This, however, is not looking so hot. So this is depleting. I think it's pretty clear to see. And this is not rising very fast. God blast it. Alright, they're fine. Just a little scare. Try to keep an eye on them. Oh my god. They have a death wish, I swear. There'll be space for a nice long fire pole. Oh yeah, up here. Joey was saying we should build pneumatic tubes. Transit tubes. We could do a transit tube up too. We could also just build it straight up and across. I don't know. I don't know what we want to do with this. Question is, where are they going to go? And, you know, duplicates will only exit the transit tube when a safe landing area is available beneath it. Oh, you can run these across tiles. Oh, that's cool. So they enter in the access, but they can leave anywhere? think I'm going to cap this just across because, you know, until we decide what we want to do with this area, there's no sense in having it open. Probably. Well, I don't know. It might wind up collapsing later. Be careful with tubes, low melting point since it's plastic. Doesn't need that much power though. It's fast and walking and looks cool. Okay. Yeah, it would. I guess it would be good if we had like a second base. They could hop in and be transported to the second base. But obviously don't need it. But I suppose we could just have it going up here to make it faster to get up there. Pure comfort for the dude. One of my neighbors, it smells like they're making hamburgers, and it smells really good. So what's the deal with this? So okay, all right. Here's part of the problem. We've hit 5 kilograms of steam, and my understanding is when you hit 5 kilograms of steam, this thing messes up. Oh, I want some too. Oh, in fact, it looks like it's emitting water. It says 5.2 kilograms now. Oh man, some hamburgers with like sliced onion, some mayonnaise. But yeah, I have the feeling that, well, maybe not. I don't know. Let's take a look at this one. Steam in here is at 5 kilograms. So I feel like that means something. Well, here it's 6. Certainly is close to 5, though. So the question is, are we getting as much water as we can out of this geyser? It is making water. Hey, Reginald. How's it going? Just trying to supply the water for 48 dupes. Um, think about hamburgers. That's pretty much it. What's up with you, Rage? A new colony? How's it going? You only found a chlorine geyser? Yeah. It's useful to make swimming pools, but not much else. Usually you start with a good bit of water in the starting biome. This actually was where our first pool was, I believe, and we built around it. All right, I'm gonna turn this on continuous iron, and because I keep forgetting to turn it on, but I'm worried I'm gonna forget to turn it off. What kind of cheese do I use for hamburgers? It's a good question. I feel like I personally, and I understand this is a religious issue. Personally, I think pepper jack is the best cheese, hamburger cheese. Now there's a lot of good cheeses. Like a nice blue cheese is good, but I only want it sometimes. I always want pepper jack. Cheddar, you can't go wrong with cheddar. Oh man, cheese is love, cheese is life. Yeah, cheese is some powerful stuff. I personally feel like you can't have a hamburger without cheese. I don't know if Delvina's still here. She has a different opinion on that. But I think a hamburger without cheese is it's like a family without love. Delvina gives some little fat programmer face. I don't know what that means. Disgust? Is that the disgust? I feel like these faces aren't associated with emotions. They're associated with people, and I don't know who they are, and that bothers me. He's disgusted? Okay, that's disgust. You'll have to teach me what emotions are there, Delvina, because I don't know. I don't know how to emotion. But you're telling me that's disgust. All right, let me try it. Let me try it. Hold on. How's that? Is that disgust? Did I do it right? I can't. He's really small. Do I need a beanie cap? I'm pretty sure this is it. I'm so disgusted at your cheese. At your not having cheese on a hamburger. How about that? Did I do it? Now let me know if I didn't get it. Okay, now that one, I feel like that's a face from Rage Comics, right? Did I get it? I look like I'm in pain, but it's close. Yeah, yeah. I'm good. I'm good at emotions. Oh, I smell this hamburgers. They smell so good. You only know laughing, disgust, wave, and disappointment. I don't think I can type in this chat that I'm using. Yeah, I found the fish one. There's a good fish emote, and then there's like a tentacle emote. Those are both good. I don't know what emotions they are, but they're useful. But Delvina, under what situation, under what conditions would you put cheese on a hamburger? In what universe? You've eaten hamburgers and cheese with me even. I understand, but wouldn't you prefer, I mean, like, wouldn't you take the cheese off if it were possible? Because I feel like a hamburger without cheese, it's just not a hamburger. It's just lazy. You don't want American cheese? Okay. But if it's blue cheese, you'd eat it? Or if it's something else? Cheddar? Pepper jack? What do you put on a cheeseburger, Pale? Blue cheese on a hamburger is good. Shut your face. That is... Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's nice and, like, biting, like a little tangy. Pepper jack, yeah. Pepper jack's classy. Classy pepper jack. Asiago. I feel like Asiago is for people in California. Like, I don't think I'm fancy enough to eat Asiago. Like, people who eat paninis eat Asiago. It's just, maybe that's just me. Oh my god, but that food smells so good. Wendy's had it? I'm sure Wendy's was fancy. It's fucking delicious. Yeah, Wendy's. I have to say, I mean, I love Wendy's. Asiago, I think is fancy, so the fact that you've had it with Wendy's is funny to me. Le Restaurant du Wendy. You love blue cheese and burgers? Often do Camembert or Roquefort. I'm not sure what Roquefort is. I mean, I've heard of it. Oh, it's another blue cheese? I don't know if I've had it. Blue cheese, I mean, it's good. It's really, really good on a cheeseburger. Really, really good. I've never done Camembert. I tried one time. I've tried one time to put like a blue cheese in a dish that took cheese, and it was bad. But on a hamburger, it's good. And I'm sorry that you don't understand. Just think of blue cheese dressing. You don't remember how the actual cheese tastes. Don't you remember when I got you to try the... Probably don't. Camembert melts so super soft over my meat. Yeah, I mean, Camembert is good. I've just never had it on a hamburger. Kappa. I know that one. I love that you search for Roquefort on Google, and it says, people also ask, is Roquefort good for you? Can it go bad? These are the questions that people are asking Google. Can cheese go bad? If it's blue, isn't that already bad? Yes. It can go bad, yes. Cheesehead nations. I mean, letting me taste blue cheese, but if you did, it was not a strong one. It was a mild one. It was a mild blue cheese, and you did not like it. But I don't think you tried the part that I wanted you to try. And made a face. Gagged a little bit. Alright. Alright. I think the food's going down. I think the food is still going down. I don't know. I mean, I think it is. Yeah, I mean, you know, you do everything wrong, so. Until you're forced to eat it, you're not gonna like it. And then if you're forced to eat it, then you go, oh, this is pretty good. This is actually pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Deconstruct. Do everything wrong and piss your pants. Get stuck on ladders. Yeah, I mean, everyone else got down the ladder. I don't know why you had such a hard time. Do duplicates wear pants? Oh, they sure do. Spiffy little black numbers. All right. Got oxygen in here. It's still kind of. This is still kind of a choke point. Literally. Because they can't breathe. You get it? It's a choke point. But yeah, we're just trying to pick up this iron now. And that's capped off. So now I think I'm gonna cap off. I'm tired of ice. I'm tired of ice. I'm just gonna block it all off. It makes me tired. No more ice. No more ice, go away, come again some other day. This is, I might as well just mine this out, I don't know. That's probably what I should do. Fine. And then this though, I'll cap. Beautiful, right? If this were Minecraft, I'd do it with glass so that they could look in at the cold biomes, how they used to be when their ancestors roamed these great lands. Kind of surprised they don't have glass. I guess glass makes more sense in first person. But, like, if you think about it, doesn't Terraria have glass? Stuff like that? Does anybody else play Terraria? Terraria has glass? I thought so. Different colors of glass. So I think I know where some of our water's going. The way we have these hoses hooked up, water comes in from this reservoir or the farm water to make iron. Really, I want to do it just with the reservoir. I mean, it's not clear actually exactly what I do want. But this is going to keep filling up. All the more reason to make sure that I turn this off. All right. Hey, it's been a long time since they suffocated, right? So that's good. If we get all this done, I think I'll let everybody back out. Let's I think this is fine. But what are we going to do about this? I think we should dig it out. Since it's in the middle and we're going through it, I think we should dig this out. We need a digging song. Does anybody know a digging song? I think there's a digging song by Woody Guthrie. You know, because he's all about the coal miners and people who had hard working conditions. And I think his song goes a dig, 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 dig. Had something like that. A dig, dig. How does it go? Diggy, diggy hole is. I don't think it's called Diggy, diggy hole. YouTube it. Is that a real song? I'm pretty sure it's not Woody Guthrie. Diggy hole sounds like hip hop, or the guy who did Chocolate Rain. It's from Yogg's Cast. Oh, it's a Minecraft song. Oh, that's perfect. All right, let me mark all this, and I'll listen to Diggy Diggy Hole. Am I familiar with Exip Shirley? Skip Cherie? Amanda Palmer or Rhiannon Giddens? I've heard of Amanda Palmer. She's a musician. I don't know the other people though, or the other whatever they are. But I like Amanda Palmer from what I've listened to, which isn't a whole lot. I know she's got like a band with somebody else. I can't remember the name of the band. All right, but I'm gonna say Diggy Diggy Hole sounds like gotta dig a hole in the asteroid, otherwise. Well, yeah, maybe I don't know how it goes. Let me listen to it. Let's see, Diggy, Diggy. Oh man. Oh yeah, this one's got pictures. This looks like it's from. Yeah, Dwarf Fortress. Wow.
Brothers of the mine rejoice. Swing, swing, swing with me. Raise your pick and raise your voice. Sing, sing, sing with me. Down and down into the deep. Who knows what we'll find beneath? Diamonds, rubies, gold and more. Hidden in the mountain's floor. From a teeth of snow, raised in the dark, the safety of a mountain home.
This is terrific. This is like Dwarf Fortress. Flagged by YouTube? Probably. It looks like it's out on iTunes, so probably I'll be sued. Yeah, Yogg's Cast. Yeah, it's got a adorable little video. A song made as a joke became legendary, the perfect embodiment of dwarf pride. Bet you this song would make even Tolkien fearful in its envy of its mastery dwarf feel. It's a good little tune. And if this is my last broadcast because of legal reasons, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for stopping by. and I'll miss every one of them. Simon started singing on charity stream and made a song. Never really watched y'all's cast. I saw it once or twice because of they were like looking at a mod that I thought was interesting. But that's pretty much it. But I ask you, dupes, why haven't you done my bidding and dug out all this delicious ice? Is it because I didn't allow most of you out of the base? But you know it's past your bedtime. Diggy, diggy, diggy hole. I didn't actually hear those words. But in my head, that's the song. In my, what do you call it? Brain cannon? Mind cannon? Head cannon. Head cannon. Alright. Let's look at this gas here. It's a lot of breathable. Not really breathable up here, though. Let's get rid of some more hydrogen. This is looking nice and tidy. I think I'm going to cut this across too, so oxygen can come up here. That makes sense, right? Hydrogen's going to be coming out of this. But I guess it's okay if hydrogen goes out of it. So honestly... So, Pale, you play Terraria? Do you also play Minecraft? Did you? I feel like everybody played Minecraft at some point. I have to say, I think in the end, I like Terraria better than Minecraft. It's just Minecraft has too many dimensions, you know? It's just too much. Tried out many technical mods. Didn't touch both for a long time. I never really played Terraria mods, but I did play a lot of Minecraft mods. Delvina and I did Skybox. That I like that one. even though it was mostly her telling me what to do. Terraria, I think Terraria, the problem is it doesn't feel super replayable, but it makes up for it by the game taking like 100 hours to finish all the content, so I can't really blame it. I mean, I guess you could replay it on hard mode. Whatever it's called, I forgot. Yeah. I've played like the 1.31 or something, which I feel like is pretty recent. I don't know if there's more than that, if they added stuff recently. I want to let everybody out because it's really slow. But I also don't want people to die. You see my conundrum? Alright, I'm letting them out. It's time that they experience the great unknown. And really, is a dupe's life meaningful if they can't go crazy and suffocate themselves? I mean, that's pretty much what they're about. Be free! Do a little diggy diggy. So, a dupe sacrificing themselves for others is the most human thing they can do. Maybe so. Or, now let me be the voice of Debbie Downer here for a second. But I would say a dupe sacrificing himself for someone else is the least human thing they can do, because no human would ever do that. What do you? Be quiet, Delvina. You go back in your diggy hole. You don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I was cynical, but you don't know anything. Yeah. Give me robot sticking his tongue out. That's all right. Doug's stuck. Hey, Dougie Doug. Dougie Doug. Maybe. How should Doug proceed? I think Doug needs to dig that. Can you dig that, Doug? Delvina's gonna save the day. Delvina just saved Doug, and Doug, of course, Doug wasn't having it, and so he ran away. All right, but he's cool. He's cool. Doug's cool. All right, but we need to watch everybody. Speaking of people, look how self-satisfied Harold is. Look at that. Look how magical. Oh, there we go. Harold, my friend, what are you doing? Oh, this is ice. None of this is building material. Not really sure how to free you, buddy. Not really sure how to free you. The good news is that you have some air. You have a little bit of air. Oh, he can't reach that granite. Can he reach that? Yes. So, even if Ruby hadn't come, Harold could have freed himself. Alright, how many dupes are gonna die clearing this out is the question. There's plenty of oxygen. I guess I should build like a scaffolding of some kind. Well, they've kind of ate up all the oxygen. Alright, turn that off for now. I think we can turn that back on. The food, I think the food is back to being stable. So what kind of music are those other two bands, Pale? Other than Amanda Palmer, because I've heard of her. Rhiannon Giddens. So now that you say that, the name looks familiar. Yeah, I think I remember. She plays the banjo and she's from New York? She's a founding member of the band Carolina Chocolate Drops. She's actually from North Carolina. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to the Dukes. Did anybody die? Well, there was some... there was a bunch of chlorine in here, and I was trying to block it off, but... Cover black is the color. I don't know what black is the color is. There's a Donovan song, Green is the Color, which I think you liked. Nina Simone. Oh, yeah, we listened to a bunch of covers. I remember there was a song that, like, everybody had covered. Yeah, I feel like any band with a banjo I'm gonna like. Skip Cherie. Is that how you say it? Skip Cherie? It's hard to explain. He's like an experimental musician. He plays harmonica on heavy distortion amplifier or uses random train sounds. Okay. Gotcha. You might like the old Smog. Have you heard of Smog before? Bill Callahan? Skip. Isn't that what I said? Skip Cherie? Shiree? I feel like there's an expression. Skip Cherie. Looks like a magician. Oh, I gotta look him up. Like, isn't that a thing kids say? Skip Cherie. SXIP. For some reason he's the only XSIP. I can't even spell it. He's an overall art explosion. It looks like he dropped a big container of flour. Is that what this picture is meant to indicate? And it's just this flour everywhere? It looks like he's aged quite a bit since his he came out. Well, like, what's that song? Skip to my loo, la. Skip to my loo. Is that it? Is that what kids are saying these days? I like the idea that he is a magician, and Pale had just been mistaken about what his performance actually was. He thought he was a musician, but in fact he's a magician. And he was like, it's so experimental. He doesn't even come out and make sounds. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it is quite funny. Too many songs on Spotify for a musician. He has a song with Rihanna Giddens. Interesting. But yeah, it delights me. I didn't see if you said, but have you heard of Smog? S-M-O-G. Because the old Smog, I think you'd like if you like experimental kind of weird music. You have heard of Smog? Cool. It's so experimental, man. You're talking about Skip Shirey? Or the old Smog? Some of the old Smog stuff is kind of like noise music. But I still haven't listened to Skip. I feel like it would... two musical infarctions on my record in the same video would be a mistake. All right. Okay, I'll listen to it. So I think we've got all this ice, and together with the fact that we've capped this off, so all that's taken care of. I don't like the fact that this door is here. I think what I want to do, just to be really goofy, so I want to bring this all the way up. And mine this out. So that takes care of that. Then there's this that's left. But as this melts, I think it's going to mostly fall into here. I think. Okay, and then this is capped off. We cut that out. Cut that out. So that's it. We don't have to worry about dripping anymore. Thank God. Beautiful. Good, 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 good. So, we still have all this stuff that we could, like, drain and capture and use. I would like to have it cleared out eventually, but I suppose for the time being, it's enough to come down here and mop all this stuff up. Probably want to put a pump up there. It's kind of sucks that this hydrogen that this roof is flat, because we kind of want to direct the hydrogen to one place. All right, so let's open that door up. Cut that off. Well, it's getting hydrogen, so I might as well leave it on. But I'll get that door open. I think I'll just deconstruct all of this. Let this hydrogen come out. Alright. We've got a much safer work environment out here. The question is, what do we want to do? We could try building a pneumatic tube. But I'm not really sure why. Like, they don't have much of a reason to go out here after they've picked everything up. It's weird how there is polluted water in the slime biome, yet there are no germs in it. It might be because it was too cold. It might be... It might be because it was too cold. The cold can kill germs. It could have been that some chlorine got mixed in. It also could be that it's not touching stuff with germs. Like, why doesn't this have germs? It looks like it was cold. So, like, this body of water here, I think, was cold because it was touching cold biome. That's my guess. And so there's actually no germs anywhere here. But I'm not really too sure. Alright. But we've got this done. We don't need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. I'll just build a nice little bridge, I guess. Actually, here's some too. So, could be that the water doesn't transfer germs. Like, you'd think that because this water is next to this slime, it would transfer germs, but it doesn't seem to be. Which is kind of weird to me. Because if I put a ladder here, it would transfer germs. But yeah, it looks like no polluted water transfers. Huh. Maybe what happens is the ones where it does get germs, and I'm sure there are some bodies of water. It's because there's a puft, and the puft deposits slime into the water, and then the slime, the germs from the slime get out. What's over here that everybody wants of it? Well, yeah, we're just talking about the game, though. I think it's strange that there's water in the swamp biome that doesn't have germs in it, period. Like, whether it's polluted or normal water. It's just strange that the water doesn't have germs in it to me. No, no, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It seems strange that there's... To me, I'm not sure what Rage was saying, but to me it seems just strange that there's water in the slime biome and it doesn't transfer germs. So, like here, you have a bunch of germ-filled slime right next to water, but the germs don't hop in the water. To me, that seems weird. I think the only way to do it is to put matter into the water. So, like, if you dropped circles of slime into the water that had germs on it, if it would transfer. Look at this. Look at this. How do you get 1, 2? I don't even know how many. How do you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dupes in a pit? This has got to be a joke too. I don't know the punchline, but how do you get 8 dupes in a pit? You know, tell them there's no air in there. Oh God. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Rage. I appreciate your... They keep making noises and I'm worried they're dying. They're just making weird noises. Isn't that nice, having all that mined out instead of that yucky slime? I don't think so. I think it's we can test it. But I think they can follow the whole map. Let's see where we have the biggest drop. Maybe in this new tunnel. So let's get... What's the best way to do this? Problem is they're going to hold on to the ladder, but not if they can't reach the ladder before they start falling, I think. So... Alright, who do we want to... Who do we want to experience this free fall? Should we pick somebody we don't know? Otto? Let's pick... Ren. Ren breathes a lot. Ren, come here. Where are you, Ren? Alright, he's gotta use the restroom. How do you... Okay, now he's gonna eat. If... If it weren't for the fact that Ren takes so much oxygen, I'd use you, Pale. But alright, we're gonna send him up here. I think I just messed it up because now I don't have him selected. Wait, do we have 2 Rens? Because this one's got divers lungs, so why would he remove lots of oxygen? We do have 2 Rens. Ooh, let's make sure I don't kill the wrong one. Why does this one take so much oxygen? Unconstructive. Huh. Why do the others take so little? Any idea? So we have 2 Rens. One is has diver's lungs, which is good. He should take less oxygen. If that's the case, then we can have 100 dupes as long as they can catch their breath every once in a while. Right? Because they don't have to breathe all the time. If you're telling me that they can... If you're telling me that they only need to breathe half the time, then we can have twice as many dupes. I mean, that's basic arithmetic. We just... It's programmer logic, exactly. It's math. It's just mathematics. All right. Well, let's take our Ren here, who doesn't appear to have any sort of breathing things. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna take him and we're gonna move him up here, and we're gonna try to get him stuck, which should be easy considering that's kind of what they really like to do. So deconstruct that. Well, that was easy. Wait, can he get up there? Oh, he can get down. Crap. Alright. You up there? No, yeah. Yes. Alright, so now Ren is stuck. Alright? Everybody, are you ready to witness the first flying duplicate? He's a little bit scared, but don't worry, Ren. Everything will be fine, probably. This hurts us more than it hurts you. So he's gonna free fall into Abyssalite, the hardest material known to man. Now, if he's smart, he'll grab on. Let's make sure he doesn't grab up here. I'm worried there's some kind of little trick where they can grab up, but we'll make sure he can't do that. Yes, Davina, is there a question that you have? Would you like, do you have a question? All right, you ready? Wait, why can't he? Is he not constructive? Did I really pick a non-constructive one? Jesus Christ, he's not constructive. Well, we better kill him. Here we go. I shouldn't enjoy this as much as I'm enjoying this. You understand, sacrifice yourself to science. All right, you ready? Oh God, I can't even follow him. There we go. He's fine. He's fine. He liked it. He wants to go again, he says. All right. That concludes the science lesson today. Dupes have no momentum. A dupe at rest. I don't know what I'm talking about. But this kind of annoys me. I think I'll put... What do I want to do? This is what happens during the 867th cycle. Well, you know, I mean... I would say it's prime, but I think it's divisible by 3. Yeah, I think it's divisible by 3. Never mind. It's not, I forget I said anything. Alright. It's kind of sluggish. Oh, because we're on slow. Alright, well, now that we've done that, our food is stable, air is stable, temperature's a little hot, but I think it's fine. What do? We have to... Why is there polluted water? Just because we were messing up stuff? Oh, it's everywhere. Oh, it's everywhere. It must have been from digging through all this stuff, I guess. I don't know what else happened. Okay, I don't see any more. But it's important to keep it off these floors because water on top of airflow tiles actually blocks the airflow. Which is, I mean, it makes sense, but you might not expect it. There's quite a lot of it. Alright, it's gotta be all of it, right? It's the last time we'll ever have to mop unless they pee on the floor. Alright. So this is building up now, which is what we want to see, but it's really quite slow. This is, you know, this is done for. This is donezo. Alright, so I'm gonna just make a guess. And I don't think this is even a thing, but I'm gonna do this. Just try to open up these two rooms a little bit better. On the off chance that we're just not getting as much water as we can because of something to do with the steam. So to me, it kind of seems like we might be over capacity. When you combine the water that we use for food and the water that we use for oxygen. It might be more than we're producing. So we're pumping polluted water, which means that this is full now. So basically, we had this turned off essentially, but it's the same thing either way. Like it's one full pipe of that, one full pipe of that, or so something ish. So in the time that we were goofing around with all the ice, this drained like 4 tiles worth. Just for food. Oh, also for metal. So we still might be okay. We still might be okay. We made a lot of metal. And instead of putting the water back, we put the water in a separate place. And see, this is quite full now. And so, like, if you took that difference and put it back down here, maybe. It's pretty damn close. So the real question is, what are we gonna do now that we can't add any more dupes? Because we might have to kill 1 or 2 to be stable, but we're pretty much at the precipice. All right. All these become couriers. Frankie becomes an exosuit engineer. Reorganize oxygen so it doesn't use water. How do you make oxygen without water? Don't know. Well, yeah, that makes it kind of tough, you know. I don't know if there is a way. I mean, so okay, so here's a way, but we can't do it. If we had a chlorine geyser, we could take morbs and a chlorine geyser and make polluted oxygen. You could do it that way, but we don't have a chlorine geyser. So it's not a good idea. I'm sorry. I did not want to make them a research assistant. I know this is really fun gameplay, and I apologize, but I feel like I should make these dupes as effective as I can. They deserve it, you know. Give them a lot of shit. So what's another useful? I guess farming. Give them a day off, maybe half a day. Okay, a stress room for ugly criers. Now that's that's an idea. That's an idea. And the vomiters too. I think vomiters make liquid, right? All right, I can make them all groundskeepers. They'll get a bonus to tidying for strength. Okay. So that leaves only one person who knows how to do all that. I just had a thought. Have we looked at the jobs in a while? I feel like I disabled cooking. And I did. So I actually disabled cooking and art, which is fine. But maybe for cooking we should allow these people who have high cooking skills. Okay. So what? I forgot what I was actually doing. We can make maid. be a farmer. I'm so bored of this. I don't want to. Okay, so that's so. But then I need to take these off of farming, right? And because everybody can farm. And I really should have done all this with these farmers. Let's just do one. Let's just do the mining. Hmm. Okay, all right. Hold on. So we'll give them a half a day off at cycle 1000. But yeah, Pale's right. They spend most of their time slacking off. Is there a job for? No, there's not. I was hoping we'd be able to limit who can go through the suits. Alright, this person has goggles. So she should be more effective, but she sucks. Look at, why is it taking so long to fill these irons things up? Okay, alright, so let's back to oxygen ideas. So, what ways can we create water? Pale suggested that we torture our dupes until they cry, and then we can use their tears. That's not my idea, that was Pale's idea. That's a good idea. That's a good idea, Pale. I wonder how many tears they can cry in a single day. Would also get rid of the idols. So you'd need a room where they couldn't escape, with like mesh floor, and you feed them. And give them oxygen, and give them a restroom, or let them go on the floor, because I guess even if they go on the floor, you can just use that. Actually, isn't that way more efficient? So when they go to the restroom, they use up water, clean water, and they make polluted water. But when they just pee on the floor, they just make polluted water. And it seems like they make a lot of it. I wonder if it's actually more efficient to let them pee on the floor and then pick up that water. I hate the idea of torturing dupes. But if it works, You know, it's hard to fault it. Delvina, they signed a contract when they. I guess we don't need that. When they joined the group, I gave them a contract. They signed. This is all voluntary. Torture rooms where we torture them for their tears. It's a voluntary thing. It's not like they didn't want it. I mean, you know they want it. Like, you can see it in their little dupe eyes. Look. Let me show you. See? He wants it. Stinky wants it. Definitely. Which is good, because I think we're going to have to give it to him. This... you think that's unwanting? I guess you and I have different definitions. I mean, yeah, it's pretty clear to me that, you know, she wants to be tortured for her tears. I mean, she's already pouting. Let's disable, empty, let's switch to one fridge. Okay, so torture rooms is a possibility. The problem is, I don't think we're going to get a whole lot of water. I mean, it's diminishing returns. We have to take all duplicates who have, like, the bladder, what is it called? Nervous peer. Can you show me how to use the power shutoff? Sure. It was actually really confusing. We tried a couple things before we got this to work, because it's kind of weird, but... So, the automation part is simple. You take a smart battery and you wire it up to a power shutoff. That part's easy. The power shutoff needs to go in the middle of a power line, where one side is connected to a transformer, the input of a transformer, and the other side is connected to whatever you're trying to, like... I mean, the transformer might not be necessary depending on what you're trying to shut off, but for us it is, because we're connecting this heavy watt to a... There's vomit farm tutorials on YouTube. Okay, that's wild. But yeah, on any case, we wanted to make sure that this circuit didn't use heavy wire, so it needs to be separated with a transformer. And so this circuit just goes into the power switch on one side, and on the other side goes into whatever. So when this battery goes below 35%, that turns the shutoff on. And in fact, I can show you, because if let's say it instead was 50. See, now it turns on, and this circuit's closed. And so these these mouse wheels are connected to the transformer, and they'll be instructed to run in them. They should. When it's closed, they won't run it, but when it's open, they will. I don't know. Apparently, it went above 50. I didn't see that it went above 50, but it went above 50. Sure thing. Because so Pale, I wonder, like, can you just farm them for their vomit? Like, does one dupe produce more water than needed to provide oxygen for one dupe? Because if so, you could have infinite dupes. Oh my gosh, this is a lot of pressure. And it's having a hard time pushing past the oxygen that's up here. I mean, that would just be crazy, right? Because infinite dupes sounds pretty interesting, even if I have to torture some dupes. You know, it's like a road where you go down it, and can you come back from down that road? Once you've stared a dupe in the face and refused him a massage table, can you go back? So Pale says, it seems like if you have your dupe maximum fart, piss, and vomit, he pays for himself. So can you imagine? I mean, surely someone's done that, right? They've built a base designed around every member being flatulent, what is it, nervous bathroom or whatever, and uh, you know, stressful vomiter, and they have like 500 dupes. Surely someone's done that. I think we should consider if there's any other options. So I had talked before. You can extract a small amount of water from crude oil, turning it into plastic. So I bumped it up. We have 2. They don't all work at the same time, but it's, I don't know, like 1.5. The amount of water that this produces is quite small, though. But we could double this and put 2 in the other one. The other nullifier. Let's see. If we had a good way to make dirt, then we could switch we could switch back to mealwood. But I don't think you can make dirt. But since the last time I knew that, they added this rock granulator, which I know makes sand. I wonder if it can make dirt from anything. Looks like it just takes sandstone to make dirt, I suppose. Or sedimentary rock. That was a mistake. That was positioned perfectly to put water everywhere. So it kind of seems like this is catching up now. The pressure in here is rising. But there's no way we're going to get like another 12. Okay, so there's one more way, and that's the natural gas power makes a small amount of polluted water, but it is a small amount. I mean, we can pretty much watch. It's what comes out on this pipe because it's keeping the pressure fixed. So that is not a whole lot of water. But these aren't working 100% of the time. They're only cut on for a brief period of time. Let's see what it looks like when you cut them on forever. So this is at 50. Set this to 0. Sorry, I'll set this to 100. Now it'll work forever. Actually, it'll just make noises. Sorry about that. I don't know if there's a way. More dots? I don't know what you mean. We're attacking Onyx, yeah. Rage, I have no idea what you're talking about. Are you talking about World of Warcraft or something like that? Like damage over time? I have played World of Warcraft, but I don't. It was a while ago. But I like why. I have no idea why you're saying what you're saying. It seemed like a non sequitur. But here's the problem: is everybody's about to die. God, I wish I could select like 8 dupes at a time. We might lose a couple of dupes here. I don't understand why they do what they do. Wait, he's in the middle of the base. Oh, not really. He's so close to oxygen, though. No power? What? What about no power? What about World of Warcraft? Why are you talking about damage over time? No, that was the sound for somebody dying. We lost another brave soldier, Joshua. But I think that was that's not a name that we came up with, I don't think. Alright, well, we had one death. It could have been worse, though. Another Liam. This is second auto. I guess we should name him Joshua. Plus plus. All right. I think we're pretty close to being stable. This is the pressure in here is increasing. The pressure here, we'll keep track of it, but it seems to be increasing. So I think it's stable. Maybe we can get to 50, but you know, it's pretty something close to 48. We have to decide if we want to try to set up a torture room. I feel like that's you know, that's a big decision for a group of people. You know, do you torture your friends and loved ones in order to get their precious tears, just so you can have more people? I don't know, maybe, but I don't know. Don't know if I can make that decision alone. Otherwise, you know, we could turn hydrogen into polluted air with a morb, and then polluted air into slime with a puffed. No, I mean, yeah, I know people build pools and then delete the ladders. Um, I had a hard enough time keeping my Sims alive as it was. I mean, you're telling me they have to go to work and improve themselves? That seems like a lot to ask. Um, um, maybe. Maybe. It seems pretty incredible to me. But yeah, we could make slime. So that doesn't seem like a bad idea, because actually taking all that hydrogen, we would use it for power. But actually we want to burn more natural gas because we get polluted water from that too. So we might be able to get up to, like, I would say maybe 60. It's a complete random guess. I have literally no idea, and yet I feel comfortable saying 60. Have absolutely no idea. I mean, we're almost at the point where one pipe won't give enough oxygen. We have to run 2 pipes. You can feed shrooms with slime. Yeah, that's true. I don't know whether... So you'd have to do the math to figure out whether taking the slime and growing mushrooms is more efficient than taking the slime, making polluted water from it. Well, yeah, I guess actually if you... So there's a couple of ways that you can distill polluted oxygen. You can, if you cool down polluted oxygen, it turns into water. Sorry. If you cool down polluted oxygen, it turns into oxygen. You can just use oxygen directly. You could also just use it polluted, but you can cleanse it by cooling it down. But then, of course, you can also give it to a puffed who turns it into slime, which you can use to generate polluted water and algae. And actually, I mean, turn the algae into oxygen and the polluted water into water. But yeah, like I said, I don't know the numbers, because it might be better to turn all that into water and then take the water and grow bristle blossoms. And I don't really feel like doing that calculation. If you want to, you're welcome to. But I think, I feel like we can get some purchase by... Well, so actually it's better than hydrogen. We can give hydrogen and CO2 to the morgues. We make a lot of CO2. I think we're not dead yet. I don't think we have to torture anybody. I mean, we can, am I right? But I don't think we have to. I think what we should do is feed CO2, which right now, you know, we're feeding to the slicksters. Well, they've had enough. We don't need any more plastic. So let's feed them to morbs to get polluted oxygen from it. And then we can either distill polluted oxygen into pure oxygen, which I've only done it once, but it's pretty neat. You basically super cool it, and it freezes at like -200, something like that. Not freezes, but it liquefies. And when you liquefy it, it turns into just oxygen. We can do that. It's a little tricky. I don't know how efficient either option is, but the other option is to feed it in turn to a puffed, and then take that algae. Sorry, take that slime. Either way, I bet we can get a good amount of gas, and should be relatively easy to do either. I've tried to keep alive all the puffs that we've seen. So and there's at least like 3, 1, 2, 3. Now I only know of one morgue. We have him captured, I think. But here's another. Probably we need a lot of morbs. You used to be able to create morbs from a corpse, but I want to say that they removed that. Does anybody know? The wiki doesn't. Oh, here we go. So, if an outhouse is filled and it's not emptied, a morb will spawn. So, we can make morbs. Alright, let's do the calculation on the shrooms. So, one shroom... Sorry, where is it? Where's my farm? So one bristle blossom is 6 cycles. This is actually a complicated. This is a complicated calculation, because you've got to say it takes 6 cycles to make 1,600 kilocalories, but it's actually half that because you have farmers. But this is 7.5 cycles to make 2,400 calories. And this is 400 grams of slime versus 20 kilograms of water. So if you take 4 kilograms of slime, how much polluted water does that turn into? Where's my water thing? So you divide by 3. No. Oh, it's actually pretty good. So you emit almost as much water as slime. And you get algae. So it's a complicated calculation. I feel like I have to sit down and do it. I can't do it on the spot. Maybe I'll do that before the next stream. Because you have to say how much oxygen can you get basically per gram of algae. How much oxygen can you get per gram of polluted water? Is it better to turn slime into that, or to grow your food, or use the water to make bristle blossoms? I don't know. But it might be a big deal. because this grows. It's a lot more kilocalories per cycle for sure. All right. Well, I'm not going to try to do it without a sheet of paper, so I'll do it. I'll do it offline. But I think we have an idea of what we want to do. That'll probably be next stream. We start building some kind of container for morbs and feeding it all the junk, the chlorine gas that we've accumulated, all the hydrogen that we make, all the CO2 that we make. And getting some polluted oxygen from it. And then either just breathing that directly, which to cool it down is actually probably pretty power intensive. So my guess is that the better way to do it, just spitballing, is actually feeding it to a morb, getting the slime, and then either converting slime into algae / polluted water, or feeding slime to mushrooms. One of those we're going to do next time. Thank you for tuning in. I hope we make it to 1,000 cycles and 1,000 duplicates. One of the two will happen, I'm sure. All right, thank you, everybody. I will see you next time.